Yeah, that's right.
This will be the second oldest movie that we've reviewed.
Right, because this Doctor, well, it's called Doctor No, right? It's just a
It's
James
called
Bond
Doctor No.
movie
It's a
from
James Bond movie.
1962, and the other movie that we did was The Time Machine, 1960.
1960.
So these are the two oldest movies I ever seen in my life. Okay,
Oh, that's so sad, though.
but like,
You need to really watch some more stuff.
well, not only that, because I'm from Hong Kong, right? Like I seen Roger Moore,
They got
Sean
old
Connery.
stuff in Hong
I do,
Kong.
I do. I have seen Doctor. I mean, not Doctor. I have seen James Bond movies in
But
Hong
you've seen
Kong.
Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah, I've seen Bruce Lee movies, but those are like late 60s, 70s, like
Yeah,
in that era, right?
not that far away. Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
I have never seen a movie like Doctor
Bruce
No
Lee's
American
60s and
Cinema.
70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right off the bat, right, immediately when I was like 30 minutes into this, James Bond has came a long way. Okay, with all the actions and stunt and fight scenes we have, this Sean Connery Doctor No is more of a spy thriller.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
but
too not
we
too
can't
much
we
thriller.
can't we can't just go, ooh, James Bond came along. We got to say the action movie
Oh, the action
cinema
movie
has
came
came a
along.
long way.
But like, was James Bond ever like action, or did they imply that like into the 90s?
It was always an action, but and you only had so much money you could spend.
That's true.
You got to think they didn't think this movie was going to make it.
Or Doctor No?
Yeah, Doctor No, they said I forgot how much they spent in it. They didn't spend a lot. And the problem is it went over just a tiny bit, and United Artists almost decided to pull the plug.
United Artists, but this one is MGM, right? Is MGM part of
No,
UA?
this is United Artists.
Oh, okay.
United Artists made some really stinky movies in the 1980. Well, actually, they made two good movies in 1980 and one crappy movie, and the crappy movie destroyed United Artists, and United Artists had to sell to MGM.
Well, I only
Which is
mentioned
funny because MGM took a beating and now is part of Amazon.
Amazon, right? So
All
because
movie studios have their
I only mentioned MGM because at the end, right, the Mgm Lion came on,
yeah
right, and then
yeah.
my
And
son was watching this the end of the movie with me. He asked me like, "Were you watching Tom and Jerry?" Because he recognized the MGM Lion from Tom and
yeah,
Jerry.
well, sadly, that's what all kids recognize. Even me, MGM is always me to me was the Tom and Jerry deal, even though it's not.
Like,
But
so
it has a lion, so how could you not? I mean, come on. MGM had a catchy title.
yeah,
The lion comes out, roars. It's been the same title they've had for probably almost 100 years.
yeah. Is it 100 years? It's like that, right?
The studios, I don't know when the studio started. It started in the 30s. At least it was around in the 30s.
But
It
that's
was
not the
around
best
before
James
World
Bond
War
movie
II,
I
before
seen.
that.
Did you like it?
What did you say? It was the what again?
It's not the
Well, of course, it's not the best James Bond.
Well, yeah, it's not
That's
the
what I
best
thought
James
you said.
Bond.
For a second, I was like, what? Of course, it's not the best James Bond you've ever seen, but it's
Yeah.
the first James Bond.
It's the
movie
first
ever
James
made.
Bond.
I mean,
I
actually,
learned a lot of stuff.
well, the thing is, James Bond actually appeared in a TV show because the books were written in the 50s, some of them.
Oh,
Doctor
really?
No, Doctor No would have been the sixth book
Wow.
written.
So is
Yeah,
Doctor No part Chinese, like German and Chinese, right?
He is. He's
Okay.
which is funny because I forgot he was even Chinese at all.
I thought he was Chinese, like because I never seen this, right? So the build up to me was because there was a lot of Chinese people in this movie also.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of Chinese people in this, and this is supposed to take place in Jamaica in the Caribbean,
Jamaica and the
which is
Caribbean, right?
which is neat because Jamaica. Ian Fleming is the creator of James Bond. Of course, he lived in Jamaica,
Oh.
so that's why you see Jamaica kind of a lot in a lot of James Bond.
Oh, I like this. I
But
like his
this is the
imagination then.
This is the first. Well, this gotta say this is low budget, so this is the first James Bond movie. I mean, you got to think the first James Bond book is Casino Royale,
Yes.
but we didn't. They couldn't make that because this book they made this one because this sixth book it only take place in one spot, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, of course they said they're in London, but you can fake London.
Yeah, you could
The
fake
majority
London.
of the majority of the movie, the whole movie is in one spot. All the other movies, James Bond movies, he travels all over the world,
Yes.
so it's expensive.
Oh, so that's why they picked this one. This is the easiest to do.
That's what's the easiest to do. In case it didn't work, they weren't out of pocket money.
I mean, it was still good. I mean, like for the first.
Oh yeah, it was.
I keep saying
think this
Doctor
was-
No, but it's James Bond movie.
I would even say this is not the worst one.
Oh,
I'm not really
it's
sure what I'd say. I'm not even sure what I'd say the worst one. It seemed like it got better to me. The next one.
Well,
is,
the
I
worst
think-
one. Hey, no,
I
hey,
think
hold
the
on.
next one's from Russia with Love.
Russia-
I found it a little more boring.
So the worst one, I thought it was like when they had a different James Bond after Sean Connery, right? But the other James Bond suck, I guess. And then they asked Sean Connery to come back, and I thought that was the worst one because Sean Connery still got the paycheck, right?
I know what you're saying.
Yes.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Is the one
I'm
that
not
sucks.
gonna say it's the worst one. Yeah.
Well, I guess to Sean Connery at that time,
I don't
is the
know.
worst
I
one.
can't say that I've seen every James Bond. I'm missing Her Majesty's on Her Majesty's Secret Service, the one that had that George Lazenby as James Bond. I believe was that character once. I never got to see that one.
Ah.
And I think I'm missing maybe 2 Roger Moores.
Oh, two. I know Roger Moore because my mom knows Roger Moore.
And of course, the funny thing is, there's another James Bond because Sean Connery did a James Bond for Sony.
Oh, that's right. He did. I read about that. I've seen that too.
And for some reason, MGM and United Artists didn't challenge it, and this almost made them lose the.
That's right. That's what I think I heard about that on that Australian guy.
Yeah,
you know that. Yeah.
Minty. Yeah, they didn't challenge it, so they almost lost their rights to the character.
This is weird, right? Like Sony made a James Bond movie, and now it's all Columbia Pictures, right?
No, it's not at all.
Oh, it's still MGM. That's right. No,
GMG.
MGM.
No.
Which company is it? Which?
Let's go back to. Well, it's one of them. GGGM.
Yeah.
It's not General Motors though.
Yeah.
Anyways, they got the rights back.
Oh, okay.
They eventually reverted back to them. Now it's like I think it's half owned by the production company Eon Productions, and Amazon owns the other half.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if it gets ruined, it's their fault.
So right now, this last James Bond, the Daniel Craig, is still MGM, right? Because it was before the Amazon purchase.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be shown through Amazon because it's coming out right on their purchase.
Oh, really? It comes out this week, right? James Bond, yes.
I think it came out this weekend.
So. Oh, it did. So okay.
Well,
no time to die.
I guess when you're watching it, it's already out.
It's already out, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were wanting to see the first showing of it, you're too late.
Because I saw Venom, right? Let There Be Carnage, and then in it was a No Time to Die trailer. So like, cool. It makes me think it comes out the week after.
Well, it's hard to say because remember, I mean, if you're a hardcore James Bond fan, you've been waiting several years now.
Right, because these are all tied in, right?
It's supposed to came out last year.
Oh, that's right, for the pandemic. Yeah, I remember.
Showed up, and then it got moved.
They delayed it.
And it got moved, and it got moved. And it was supposed to come out the first this year.
So it's all Daniel Craig's James Bond all tied together. Casino Royale, Spectrum, right? Spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, they played to me the best one so far. I haven't seen the newest one yet.
Oh yeah.
But the best one of his series is probably Casino Royale.
Casino Royale, that's a good one.
That's where he starts, and actually, that's pretty good because that's the first book written.
Yeah, I remember.
I guess depending on, everybody has a problem with Daniel Craig. Oh, he's all jacked. Oh, blah blah. He got better, so get over it.
Didn't they give him crap of being the first blonde-haired James Bond?
Yeah, they gave him. Hey, big.
And I'm thinking, like, does that really matter?
I was like, yeah, it's about time.
Well, from the book, right? I mean, I don't know what the description of James Bond is. I guess Sean Connery was the model to go after.
No, not really.
Yeah, I would never know.
Sean Connery wasn't the model. They had. Let me put it this way: they had a problem with Sean Connery when he first.
Why? Because it was Scottish.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like that's, and plus because he wasn't English and he wasn't higher class English.
Ooh.
Sean Connery was a working class Scotsman. They're like, this guy's too rough. But it depends on, I guess, because it's right based on books, like I said. It depends on, everybody got a different deal. Because what I was funny, it's funny, a lot of people have, but I'm like, I read Casino Royale. James Bond was pretty rough to begin with, and he got refined. But in the movies, he's really refined.
In the Daniel Craig ones, yeah.
But he has a rough streak. You know why? Because he drinks vodka in his martinis. I mean, that's the thing. Martinis are supposed to be gin.
Oh, okay.
Or traditionally gin, okay?
Yeah.
But in the 70s and 60s, it was kind of a thing. You're like a rebel if you got a vodka martini.
So James Bond is his real name, right?
James Bond is his name.
Oh, okay. It's just codenamed 007.
Yeah, he's
because he's a spy.
Well, that's not even his code name. I guess that's his number 007. Mm-hmm. Works for MI. In this movie, it's MI7.
MI7.
It's supposed to be MI6.
Yes, MI6.
Because MI5 is like an intelligent gathering. MI6 is apparently supposed to be like a match of CIA.
So I want to, yeah. So yeah, special CIA, right? So I want
Double
to.
O the double O means license to kill.
Oh, double O means license to
It means
kill.
they are assassins because most
Oh,
countries don't have assassins unless you're KGB or not even CIA is actually assassins. I mean, sometimes crap happens.
well, just from this movie does not age well due to the technology. Like in the beginning scene, right? They can show like even though they're spy service, they still have to use I don't know, look like telegrams and stuff with like technology. They
Yeah,
still
you're
have to
right.
use tubes.
Radios.
Yeah,
They're still
radios
using
and stuff.
radios and stuff. And I mean, and we haven't landed on the moon yet.
Oh, that's right. We haven't landed on the moon yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's almost what
There's no internet and
seven
stuff.
7 years away.
Oh yeah, 7 years away from the time 69, right?
So,
62 to
so yeah,
69.
because in this movie, space plays, and actually in a lot of James Bonds, space plays. Because I mean, the whole world is the Cold War's going on. Cold War is going on right now.
Oh, that's
And
right. That makes
whoever
sense.
could, and they're fighting for space supremacy in this
Yes.
whole. Almost all the
It's
James
for
Bond
Willis
movies.
Day,
Because
yeah.
there's several James Bond movies that's going to have crazy spacecraft. You haven't even seen the craziest spacecraft yet.
No, not yet, huh?
No, you haven't, not
I
yet. This movie is actually closer to realism than some
I
of
was
the
going
other
to mention
next
that
James Bond.
Dr. No, right? It must be Mike Myers' favorite James Bond movie because like Austin Powers is heavily influenced by this movie.
No,
Right?
it's not. This is not the one that's heavily influenced. He's
Oh.
actually more heavily influenced by Blofeld, which you haven't seen yet.
Well, I thought
With the
Dr.
cat.
No was Dr. Evil.
No, Dr. No is not Dr. Evil. No, we haven't met Dr. Evil yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't met him yet.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
I mean, I would think that Dr. No is probably shown as one of the other characters that are with Mr. Evil.
Oh, Dr. Evil, okay.
Yeah, because Dr. Evil, remember, he's just kind of a villain. He's not even the main villain. He's backed by somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, because he mentions Spectre in this movie.
They mentioned Spectre
Yeah.
in this movie.
But he's not the head of Spectre. He's
Oh,
just
okay.
one of their nuclear scientists.
Because
head
Spectre
nuclear
is one of
scientist.
the Daniel Craig's James Bond movie.
Is actually in almost all the James Bonds, and then it kind of disappeared, and then it comes back.
It comes back. It's like the
It
other.
started in the books though, because like they're saying, man, everybody fights a KGB, blah blah blah.
Yep.
It's boring. So he made up another character, a villain organization. Which
Just
seems,
for this.
if you really look at James Bond, there's a lot of silliness to it. You know,
Well, I
absurdiness,
think the
but
sleeping
what
around
is-
with women was pretty silly in this movie. Like even that
it was
bad
a
Chinese girl.
It was the 60s.
It was the 60s.
Dude. It was the 60s. Everybody's like, "Oh, James Bond needs a change." I'm like, you either enjoy James Bond or you don't. If
Yeah.
you don't, move on to the next movie. Because I mean, I think a lot of people go see James Bond because everybody else is talking about it.
Okay.
Me, I go to see James Bond movie because I'm a huge James Bond fan.
Yeah.
If somebody goes, "Who's your role models?" It'd be like James Bond, Han Solo, Tony Stark, and Batman. Okay.
I still remember where you and me argue about James Bond versus Jason Bourne, JB versus JB.
I mean, Jason Bourne cool, but he wasn't as suave. I mean,
No, he's a more
okay, James
cold-blooded
Bond-
assassin.
Jane Bond just goes to the tables. His persona is a gambler. That's what most of the world thinks he is. He's a gambler, and he works for a company called Universal Exports. He's just a businessman that travels around and sells things.
Yes.
For the English Empire.
Oh, is that why they always show him in? That's why. I
That's
never
why
knew that connection.
That's why he's okay with going around going, "Hey, my name is James Bond."
Yes.
Blah blah blah. Because I work for
Because
this.
that's the front
all
he's
his
putting.
paperwork. Yeah, all his paperwork is for that. There's no. I mean, there are some people that in his universe that know he's a spy for the British intelligence. But again, that's probably how the real world is.
So that's
They
why
don't
they always
always-
show him as
I
a
mean,
gambler.
There's people that they're CIA agents that live in Britain or live in another foreign country. As far as you're concerned, they have another job.
You know what? They did show the CIA in this one. First, I thought they
Yes.
were the bad guy.
Oh yeah, now was it Jack Lord?
Yeah, the
Was
CIA
the
agent.
actor that played the CIA agent?
Yeah.
It's his name is Lecter.
Lecter.
Yeah, that's his name in the dude.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he shows up. He's not in the book for Dr. No.
Oh.
they added him in there, but he's a recurring character in all the James Bond movies. With each James Bond, well, actually, they thought Jack Lord was too cool to be seen with Sean Connery, so the next Jack Lecter will be a different actor that's
Oh,
not
different actor. Okay.
as awesome or as cool as
Oh.
James Bond. Yeah, because they didn't want him to overshadow
Maybe I have
Sean
to see it
Connery.
because.
But here's the neat thing, because Jeffrey Wright is the newest Lecter.
Hmm.
Know who Jeffrey Wright is, right?
That
Watcher.
the Watcher. Oh, the
He's the
voice for the
Watcher.
Watcher.
Or he's also going to be Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon was the one I was going to point out.
Westworld.
I never seen Westworld.
Okay, well, he's the first time I've ever seen Jeffrey Wright that I can remember was in Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
But then he
Wright.
shows up in James Bond, so I was like, yeah.
Oh. I was trying to look up on Wiki here on my
I'm
iPad.
pretty sure that's the first time I saw him. It's either there or I saw him in James Bond first, but
James Bond.
I remember I knew it. I almost kind of knew the character when I saw him in James Bond, so it must have.
So I want to talk about the action sequences, right? I was.
But hold up, I want to point out this
Okay.
about Jack Lord. Let's go
Okay.
over Jack Lord real quick. Jack Lord, he just came on the scene. I don't know what he did. Apparently, he's a famous actor. He eventually becomes Hawaiian 5-0.
Oh, okay. I heard of that show.
He's the main. And his biggest tie to sci-fi is when they were making Star Trek. They had a Jeffrey Hunter. He made the first pilot to Star Trek.
Really?
NBC didn't really like it, but they gave Star Trek another chance. They go, "How about you make another show? If we like that, then we'll make Star Trek." So Jack Lord was the first choice. So they came up to him, but the problem with Jack Lord was, he was like, "I'll do it, but I have to own a part. I really got to be a producer and own part of Star Trek."
Oh, smart.
And so Lucille's Ball's company actually made Star Trek.
Really?
Studios, yeah. And you know, Gene Roddenberry. They were like, "Yeah, no, we already found somebody else named William Shatner, so we'll just go with that."
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
wow. That's pretty interesting.
Think of it.
Oh,
That
I
is
find it
smart
interesting.
because think about that. Jack Lord would have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing: somebody claims that Jack Lord's not his real name.
Like an actor, like a stage name?
Yeah.
Like Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, they say his real name is Jack Ryan.
No.
Yes,
Hold
isn't
on.
that messed up?
Hold on. Jack Lorne, right? How you spell it? Lolne?
Yeah, Lord.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Jack Lord.
Lord.
American actor. All right, let's see.
What is
His name is John Joseph Patrick Ryan.
Wow.
How come sometimes the name John and Jack is interchangeable?
I don't know. I never heard that. I guess it may be.
They did that in Dirty Rock too.
Oh, really? I'm not.
Like Alec Baldwin's
probably
character,
is,
they
'cause
always
I'm
call him
not
Jack,
always-
but his name is John
Well,
Francis.
that's the thing. I'm not always in with all the nicknames because like
Maybe it's an Irish thing.
if your name is William, it's Bill.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. Yeah.
If your name is James, it's Jim.
Jim. Yeah.
If your name is Richard, your name is Dick, which I don't get.
Yeah. How come it's not Rich? But it could be Rich or Dick.
Exact.
But it's
Well,
from
I knew somebody named Rich, and his name was just Rich. I
Huh.
was like, "Hey, your name Richard?" No, it was Rich.
Oh, Rick, right? Richard could be Rick. Or I
Rick
see.
would be a whole different name too, I think.
Yeah. You know, you guys' language just baffles me, okay?
You
I don't have a
guys-
nickname. Okay?
Well, because do y'all have one?
Well, just
y'all-
Lamb? No.
No. Do y'all have names in Chinese that have
That's
just
short name? No.
Okay. I don't think anybody on this planet does, other than America's. Yeah.
Well, you know.
Your name is
yeah,
Joe.
I
It's
guess.
probably Joseph.
Joseph.
But most people just call them kids Joe, and they're not Joseph. Okay. Because
Joseph is.
that's the same thing with people call, like we said, James, you call Jim, but there's some people whose name is Jim, and you go, "Hey, your name James?" No, it's Jim.
But it's really different for James Bond. Or like, hey, my name is Jim Bond. It's not sound stupid.
No, it's James. Well, he's English. We can't.
Oh,
was
he's
American,
English, so we can't do
If
Jim
he's American,
Bond.
they'd be calling him Jim sometimes.
Oh, okay. So that's why
Again,
James Kirk could be Jim Kirk because he's from Iowa.
Well, it's because
Because he's from America.
Because Bones calls him whatever he wants to call him. I think he does. It's not like James Bond has Dr. McCoy following him around. So.
Okay, so let me go to the action scenes now. So, Heather was watching this in and out for me, right? So I didn't buy this movie digitally because I wasn't going to spend $14,
But people
$15.
listen. I want to say this: if people were listening and they didn't get where we were going with the Jack Ryan thing.
Oh, yeah, Jack Ryan is from, then what is it?
Huntfor.co.
What is that series called? Clear and Pleasant Danger, and all
Well,
those
yeah, it's basically
another
what was
spy
his name?
thriller, right?
Clancy. It's a
Yeah,
Clancy
Tom
deal. But
Clancy. I'm sorry.
the thing you want to point out though, if his name was Jack Ryan, that's the character Alec Baldwin played in Hunt for Red October,
Yes.
which the Russian mad Russian
Oh,
captain was
it's Sean Connery.
So
Oh, that's your
went
connection.
so it's basically a circle right there.
There's a circle right
That's
there. Okay.
what we're good at.
I like it. Yes.
Boom. It was trying to blow somebody's mind, but we already want to go on to action. Let's go back to the action where everything's where you see the actor with a film camera behind with a movie projector image behind him.
So I guess before I never seen any Star Trek stuff, right? So I guess from the 60s, every time they fight, it's like really lame, right? It's mostly like, huh, and then like the other guy's like, oh.
Well, you got to think though, like kung fu stuff really hasn't been introduced.
See,
yet.
I was gonna put that out. Like I guess like when Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan came on, they really changed that up. Like to even modern day.
But the problem is because they were Asian, they didn't really give them much of a chance either.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's why it sucked. It took a long time for that to finally catch on.
Yeah, because right now
because Bruce Lee showed what he could do. It was awesome, but people were like,
and no one wanted to do it.
Yeah, we don't really.
He was 30 years too early, or maybe even 40. Really depends on what.
Yeah, I think he was just early, and they weren't willing to give him a chance to see what this was all about yet.
And I want to point out, like, I guess the best martial arts movie in America to that point was like The Matrix. The Matrix is when they start taking this stuff seriously,
Well, it's not just that. It's also, I think, because they didn't give Chinese people main acting roles yet.
No.
And we're going to point out is because you can see it in this movie.
There's a lot of Chinese people,
Because there's a lot of Chinese people in the back.
But the villain is still...
There are two Chinese speaking parts, and neither one of these actors are Chinese. Because Dr. No
is German.
His makeup is done to look like he's kind of Chinese.
Oh.
And then remember the woman
the woman trying to hold him back? Yeah.
Yeah, the woman that gets arrested. I forgot what her name is.
Yeah,
she looked Chinese to you, but every time she turned her head just right, you could see she was English.
Yes.
Or well, she wasn't. She was full white. Okay, let's put it this way. But they colored her hair black and they did her makeup to make her look like. To me, I thought, well, maybe she's Chinese.
They still kind of did that in the 80s, right? Like, was it Mickey Rooney played the Chinese guy?
No, they probably maybe up to the 80s, but yeah, they did for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.
But here's also a neat thing, because this has a link while we're talking about this. Dr. No is based on Fu Manchu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we know who Fu Manchu is.
Yes, I do.
Right? He's supposed to be the father of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
So basically, Fu Manchu is almost in everything.
It's because that's what they use him in, I guess, the literature, right?
It's actually a racist stereotype of what they thought of Asian.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
But the thing is, the way I see it, if this many people know who he is, and even they got a beard named after him, maybe they should take it back and actually have an Asian actor play it and change some things.
Oh, it's like legitimately update
because he's supposed to be a criminal mastermind, but sometimes he could have been he was kind of like a villain hero type guy.
Oh, Dr. No is?
But he was also a genius. Fu
Manchu.
Fu Manchu.
Okay.
Fu Manchu. But of course, no, Dr. No is just a bad guy.
Dr. No is a bad guy. I mean, like, I like that. You know what I was waiting for?
With pinchers for hands.
Yeah. Yes. So, we know what I was waiting for, because, all the famous movies always make fun of James Bond. Like, you should never reveal your secret plans, no matter how close you are to the goal. Jason Lee said that in Dogma, right? And I was thinking, like, oh, this is going to be one of those moments that Dr. No tells his whole plan. But he didn't kind of do that. And I thought that dinner scene, right, between these two people were really awkward. Because I had never seen...
Yeah, it was awkward.
It was, right? Because
it was kind of like a job interview for James Bond.
It was, because he wanted him on his side.
Yes, he wanted it. Yeah, he's like, well, this guy's caused me so much trouble. I want to see what this guy's actually all about.
Yes.
First of all, he's looking at it, he's like, it's kind of tall.
Yeah, Sean Connery is tall.
And after a while, he's like, this guy's a jerk.
How tall is Sean Connery? Yeah, like
because I like it when he's gonna bust that bottle. He goes, don't bust that. It's Don PR.
Oh, 85 or something. No.
He said
50 something. Yeah, 55. I prefer the 53. Yeah.
Which I think actually, if you're an audience member and you know about this kind of stuff, there's no such thing as a 55.
Oh, really?
There wouldn't have been a 55. There would have been a 53.
Why is that?
so Bond upped him. Oh,
Oh.
because they got to age it a certain amount of years
Oh, okay.
before
Oh,
they
at that
released it.
time in Nick 62, you're
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So,
Oh, that
and the
makes
thing,
sense.
there's also another thing. Like while he goes there, you saw him look at this painting, right? He
Yes.
goes to the Dr. Knows Larry, sees a painting, and he goes up and sits down. I didn't get it. I had to get on the internet to figure out what this is. It's pulp culture at the time.
Oh,
That
really?
painting, yeah, that painting is a painting. I forgot who painted it, but anyways, it hung at the London Museum of Art, and it was stolen before this movie came out. It was probably recovered maybe 2 years after this movie was out.
Oh,
So
so they put that
basically,
in there.
yeah. So the British audience, when they saw it, they laughed because they knew it was a
Yeah.
stolen painting. It was a famous painting to them at that time.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. I like that. That's a good
Yeah.
joke. I would have
So
put that in there.
well, that's the neat thing is there's probably a lot of jokes in this movie
That we wouldn't get, yeah.
because of the time difference. But you got to remember, this is like you talk about all the women and the sexuality.
Yes.
It was the 60s.
Yeah, you know how many women have had sex with? At least 4, right?
Man,
The
it was
beginning
like
one.
crazy. It was like crazy in the 80s, dude.
Yeah. It was the lady in the
Well,
beginning.
oh, you mean in this movie?
Yeah, the lady in the beginning, the Chinese
Most likely
lady.
just 3.
Just 3. And they never show Honey Rider.
Yeah, but we could assume that because I mean he let
we
go
just
of that
assumed
boat.
that. So that would be 4, right?
I don't know, but no, that would have been 3.
Oh, that was
Where you
the
getting
Honey Rider's the
where
third
you,
one.
Yeah, where are you getting the 4th one? Yeah,
I thought there was
There's
another
the
one
third
between the
Well,
Chinese lady and Honey
no,
Rider.
there's just Sylvia Trench at the very beginning,
Yeah.
but she was all game.
Yep. And
'Cause
then
she
the
spent-
Chinese
she lost
spy
one,
lady.
and then the Chinese spy lady.
And there was nobody
and then-
between her and Honey Rider.
Yeah, and then Honey Rider.
Oh, okay.
And the spy lady, hey, she had to go with her. She was gonna get killed.
Oh, I know.
She was already a bad guy. So
Yeah,
I mean, you can't. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people are mad about James Bond. Like, oh, they got to change with the times. He does all this bad stuff. I'm like, he's a murderer.
Yeah, he's a
Get over
murderer.
it. He's a hero that saves his nation, but he does. He's got to do the dark stuff.
Yeah, because he kills some people.
Oh, he kills lots of people. That's what he does. He's an assassin.
He's an assassin.
I mean, he's like the Black Widow, but he doesn't really have a problem. He does exactly. But the thing is, he doesn't have a problem with it.
No.
She does.
No, you're right. He doesn't, right? Because he's trained to do exactly that.
That's his job.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a problem doing his job.
Right. You know why? What?
That's
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, well, that's the thing with Black Widow. She's, oh, it's so horrible what I did. I'm like, no, it's not. The thing
Hey, you know
you got to do. Sometimes to save your country, somebody else has to pay in blood.
That's why you don't like Jason Bourne, because he had a change of heart.
Oh, I actually like Jason Bourne,
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know where you're going with that. I don't remember ever saying I don't like Jason Bourne.
Well, you
prefer
like James Bond better than Jason Bourne. I think that I got that confused.
I do because I just like the character's style and stuff.
Oh. I remember what my
if we're
thing
gonna
was.
go down to if we're gonna go down to action, Jason Bourne there's a lot of action. It's a
It's a quick fight. Yes.
I was disappointed with the last Jason Bourne movie though.
Oh, which one? The one that says Jason Bourne or Bourne? The fourth one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have not seen the fourth one.
Actually, I don't like the. Wait, how many Jason Bourne movies? How many
That's
Bourne
4.
movies are there?
There's Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum. And
Okay, those 3 are good.
Oh, those 3 are good.
Then there's one with Jeremy Renner too.
Oh, that's the Bourne Legacy.
Okay, well, not good at all.
Okay. I have not seen that one.
The 4th Bourne movie with Jason Bourne. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that the 5th or 4th. It looks depending on how you want to look at it.
With Matt Damon, the last one.
The one's called Bourne.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as I think it should have been.
Oh, okay.
To me, it's like it built up. 1 is still good. Right
1
now.
is the best one. I think.
2 was better, and I love 2 because it's got our boy in it.
Yes.
You know, playing a Russian killer.
Yeah.
Our boy, by the way, is Dredd.
How urban I know.
Well, I wasn't gonna call it. I wasn't going with McCoy on that.
I love
because people
McCoy.
are
Like it gotta
McCoy.
sound cool. It's Dredd. Yes.
Yeah, it's Dredd.
Or the boys. I can't remember what his name
And
from the boys.
I actually almost like the second one the most.
The Supremacy.
But the third one was really good.
The
dude.
third one went from rated R to rated PG-13.
Yeah, maybe that's what. But it seemed like it had more action.
It did.
But then when we got to Bourne, it had Tommy Lee Jones in it. I thought this will be the greatest one, and then it was good.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones must be the one with Jeremy Renner.
No,
Oh, the
no.
last
Tommy
one.
Lee Jones was in the last Bond.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Bourne
seen
movie.
that one. Man.
It turned out his character was actually the guy that pulled all the strings through all the movies.
Oh,
So
interesting. See,
that's why I
that's a
thought,
spoiler
well,
right there.
that's why I thought, oh, you haven't seen it?
I
Yeah,
haven't
you
seen it
just
yet.
told me that. I just ruined it. Damn. Hey, you know what?
But I need a
Yeah,
refresher anyway.
it's no, because I could be wrong. Because it's so long. I've only seen it once.
Oh, you'll see it once. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably see it again. I may like it more, but I guess I was just, it picked you all the way at the top. And I guess the Renner one I saw before, it should have let me down,
Oh,
but it didn't.
Edward Norton is in the Renner one. I think
He
Edward
is.
Norton is in it.
It just, and I'm not gonna say it was bad. I like Renner too, but
So you like
just
space travel and spy thriller movies? Actually, I like spy thriller movies
and
too.
mind control, anything that's out there, I like. But yeah, I love spy movies. I wanted to be a spy when I was a kid.
You know,
My
sometimes
military
I thought
movies,
I
I
should be a
love
spy because I don't look Chinese. Freak them out.
But wouldn't it be better if you look Chinese?
I don't know. That's the thing. See, okay,
Basically,
so we see this on James Bond, right?
let me put it this way. You're talking about being a spy on TV might not be good for you, but somebody may be coming to knock at your door and offering you some money
Oh,
because you already speak
yeah.
Mandarin.
And Cantonese people are still
And
surprised I
Cantonese.
speak Chinese at all.
Somebody
Or
may
read.
be going, hey, how about you move back to Hong Kong and tell us what's going on? Now actually that's how it works.
Yeah.
Now CIA does certain things, but usually spies are actually people who work for a country, or a citizen of a country they're spying on.
Oh.
So technically, like say I send a CIA agent to Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be very effective because if he looks like one of us, but if he's already from Hong Kong originally,
Oh, then
he's
it would
gonna
be
be-
blend in even more.
that's
Okay.
the thing.
Okay.
That's what they want.
So based on that, okay, there was a lot of talks about having a black James Bond, Idris Elba, right? Because he's
Yeah.
British and he's
Yeah.
awesome because he was Heimdall and
Yeah,
whatever,
he was-
right? He's
no.
awesome. So
We already
Trevor
know that.
Noah, the
That's his
comedian, right? He was all for it when he first heard that. That was awesome. If black James Bond, and then people are hating on the internet like, oh, we shouldn't have a black James
Well,
Bond is white, right?
I'm
But-
going to hate on it a little bit, and here's the only
Because
reason
why?
I'm hating on it. Because they're only doing it because he's black now.
Oh, okay. So
Not
that was the
because
point.
he's the best actor
Right.
for the part.
I mean, like he's a good actor, not because he's black, right?
And we know he's a good actor.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
a
thing.
great actor.
He's
But
a great actor.
Trevor Noah, he on his stand-up, he talked a joke about it, right? He said, like, now that I think about it, I agree with the people on the internet. James Bond should not be black. You know why? Because from what you just said, all the countries that he operates on, right? Like Scotland, Irish, Spain.
Well, he don't
like,
spy on those nations.
right. Because you're supposed to blend in, like you said. And then Idris Elba, right, is not going to be really from those areas, and he makes fun of the Irish people. Like,
But I can kick a leg out from under that real quick.
how's that?
Because James Bond is out there. He's just like I told you. He's mainly a gambler. Hangs out. He's just larger than life businessman. He's kind of like he lives like a millionaire. Okay, that could easily fall into debt. That's the thing. That's what he wants people to see him. He wants people to know.
Right. So that is mostly like likely he's not a
Alba,
spy.
yeah. So he could play that part. That's the thing. Because he'd still be this. He'd just be this black businessman that's traveling.
Oh, that's good. I never thought about that point because I'm like,
I understand why all people are like. I mean, it'd be kind of strange. He's from England, but it has black people. Believe it or not.
England, black people. France has black people. Spain has black people.
The only places that don't have black people is where black people are. Africa. No, that's the thing. I'm just saying that. You notice that all these nations, all the white nations have multicolored people.
Yes.
But all the nations that aren't white, they only have one color of people. So I don't understand why everybody gets so mad about racism in all the white world. Because I'm like, China?
Yeah.
You think China doesn't have a race problem? I don't see anybody of any color there. And then they go, well, Africa. I'm like, Africa? India? Only people in India are Indians.
Yeah. I didn't think about
Saudi
that blending
Arabia,
thing.
the only people in Saudi Arabia are Saudi Arabians. I don't see no black folks there. Russia? They're only white folks there. Only white folks. They don't let nobody. Yeah, they don't let nobody else there.
No.
So don't tell me Russia's not racist. I mean, come on. That's the thing. All these other nations, if they're not white Western nations, they don't have any of any other color there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, you're gonna have some struggles.
But it would be cool though to see Idris Elba play James Bond because the good acting part and he's
let me
British.
put it this way: I'm okay with it. I mean, I kind of question it a little bit, but I like Iris, so
Yeah.
I'd be okay with
I
it
know because we like the actor, right?
because I like the actor. That's the only reason I don't care.
So let me ask you this.
But I do have a problem with them wanting to change it to a woman because I'm like, if you want a movie about a spy woman, why don't you just make a spy woman movie?
Yes, but I
But
think
the
they're just
thing, but
trying
the
to carry
same,
on the James
but I'm
Bond
also
name,
like
though.
that for like if you're gonna make a black actor, if you're really gonna make like that, why don't you just make Iris give him his own character,
Oh, instead of James Bond.
give him his whole movie?
Oh,
Yeah, just give him a
you
whole
and I
movie.
know how this works in the movie business because they don't want to try something new. They just want to
Yeah,
bet
but
on James
I
Bond.
know, but you should because the reason I'm saying it because all right, Jason Bourne is not James Bond.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, they have
It's
yes.
a good movie. It's an awesome movie.
Right. It's
The
not like they
problem
make
is
Matt Damon
but
James Bond.
you can't change the character though because see that's the thing. You had Jason Bourne, it was good. Then we had Jeremy Renner as a Bourne type thing. It was
And that didn't
horrible.
work.
I did not like
So,
it.
I like your point on this. So if they
That's
put
the thing.
Idris Elba as James Bond, it could ruin it too. Not because he's
Like
black.
Black Widow was a spy woman movie.
Yes. And
If
that
it would
was
have been
good.
released, it would have been good. There was also uh I can't think of her name at the moment. Uh
What movie?
Charlie Theron. She's
Oh
been a
yes.
spy. She made 2 spy movies. They were good, man.
Was that like Eon Flux and
No,
something else?
no, I forgot what it was called. It was called something else. It even had John Goodman show up in it.
Really?
Yeah, look her up because
Charlie
we could find it. It was Bombshell Blonde. Was it Bombshell Blonde?
Ooh. Yeah, I
She
know what you're
made
talking about.
another one. She did another one.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up
They
the
weren't as
movies.
big as James Bond, but again, they didn't. They're not. They didn't. They didn't keep producing movies.
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You got to keep making the movies. James was big, but he already had a book series. Okay. But James Bond, if they would have made a movie and they would have paused in between, because you got to think it was maybe 2 years before the next James Bond movie came out.
Yeah.
Sean
No,
Connery
like,
made a
no.
lot of movies. He was James Bond a lot in the '60s.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
right?
even the new James Bond movies, it's almost 5 years before we get another James Bond every time.
Yeah, it has been a while.
There's a huge
How
gap
many
between all the
James Bond did Daniel Craig make? This is the third one, right? Or the
No,
fourth
it's maybe the fourth one.
The
Let's see.
fourth one. Okay.
Casino Royale,
Spectre.
Quantum of Solace.
Oh, Quantum of Solace. I forgot about that one. Spectre, right?
Was it Spectre? And then
And this one,
So
No
four.
Time to Die.
no, we forgot a really good one. What's it called? Something Fall.
Oh, Skyfall.
I can't believe we forgot Skyfall.
Skyfall, that's right.
Skyfall was actually a very good one too.
Yeah, Skyfall is a good one. Man, we did Sky. Yeah, so it's 5.
Yeah, Skyfall and Spectre was good too.
I always think like
the only one that was lacking was Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace. Yes, I remember that.
But
one.
that was also one of the short Bond movies too.
You know, it's really funny that like when I watch Daniel Craig do James Bond, right? Obviously he's British, but when I see something like You Need to See Knives Out, his accent is, oh my god, is this Daniel Craig I'm watching? It's awesome.
So what you're saying, he's far superior actor.
And the
than
other
what
one
he's
with
given credit
Adam
for.
Driver, I can't remember what it is now. It's
Oh.
kind of recent. He has a southern accent. Let me
I
see.
don't remember that.
Hold on. What was
Seems
that
like I
movie?
think I
Oh,
know what you're
Knives
talking
Out, and I gotta take a look because I like Daniel Craig because
I never saw.
because
Got to
of-
take a look.
And Daniel Craig was the stormtrooper in The Force
Yeah,
Awakens.
well, he was a stormtrooper. But hey, Sean Connery though was the head villain in Avengers, but not the Marvel Avengers.
not the Marvel, the one with Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. He didn't get a lot of roles until after he was done
Quantum
being James Bond.
Yep, Skyfall. Skyfall and Spectre came out pretty close back to
Pretty
back.
close.
Oh, it's 3 years. Logan Lucky, that was the movie I was talking about.
Oh, Logan Lucky. I don't even remember that.
Knives Out, No Time to Die.
So
Awesome. I do want to see this James Bond movie.
who doesn't?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing about you don't want to listen to critics. Critics are saying all kinds of stuff. Critics, when this Dr. No come out, the critics hated it.
I
Even
can see
some
why.
other people, even the people who made it. I think Ian Fleming didn't even like it that much. You know, he was producing it.
Fleming didn't like it.
It is his movie. I was like, you wrote it, and then you were even there as a producer.
You know what it
You're the
is?
one
I
that-
think it's when he wrote it, right? He envisioned it differently from what he sees, and that's why he didn't like it.
Oh, I don't even think.
I mean, like, that's a
yeah.
lot of points. Like, I didn't like I Am Legend, Will Smith, because I envisioned it differently from the book. Like,
Oh, okay.
in my mind, I see
Yeah.
the movie when you're reading the book.
But I don't know. The
You know?
James Bond books are not. The James Bond books just don't match the movies. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I can't. I can see why, because of marketing, right?
But
Like,
this
they
movie
gotta
was
sell
also,
it.
I think this movie was also postponed because of the Cuban Missile Crisis during the time.
Oh.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy was a big fan of James Bond.
Oh,
You got
okay.
to think James Bond was kind of like Hugh Hefner, but actually tough.
He's like
Well, he
Hugh
was
Hefner, but he
because
wears
this was
tuxedos.
this was what this is what was going on at the time. You know, it was about. I mean,
Hold on, I gotta
everybody
write
put
that
on
down. You
makeup,
said James Bond is like Hugh Hefner.
but
Jeez,
tougher, but tougher.
it's like Hugh Hefner, but tougher.
Come on, Hugh Hefner. Have you ever seen Hugh Hefner? He was a wuss.
Well, is it because like he's wearing that robe all the time?
Oh yeah, that really makes you look tough.
But tougher.
It's because he was sleeping the whole time. I mean, come
Oh.
on, he was just rich.
Yeah, he's just rich. But James Bond
He
is
wasn't
rich.
originally rich. He wasn't really, because James Bond steals he probably eats it most of the. Come on, and I don't know. He always played gambles, and that's the neat thing. The gambling actually is supposed to show you his luck, because come on, he survived this long.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to talk about. They pay Baccarat.
Is that bad? Yeah. Well, they called
Yeah.
it something else though.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're right. It's Baccarat.
he's
I didn't
Baccarat.
know they called it something else though.
Because he did it in Casino Royale too.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
pay
that's
Baccarat, and I'm like,
uh,
you know why I know that game so well? Because Chinese people love this game, loves.
So what you're telling me is, when James Bond goes to Hong Kong,
Oh yeah, he'll see some
well,
definitely
I
high
guess
rollers.
I guess with time changes, he goes to mainland China now.
Yeah, mainland China, yes. Go to
Because
China.
there was a movie where there's a Chinese agent.
Yes.
What was that movie called?
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yes, because Michelle Yeoh's in it. That's why I remember.
Was it Tomorrow Never Dies? No, that wasn't. Was that Tomorrow Never Dies?
Well, I have to. Why can't we remember this stuff, man? And
I don't
you
know.
want to say like, "Hey, big
Tomorrow
fans,"
Never Dies.
whatever. You can't even remember which one, which movie. Isn't it Tomorrow
There's
Never
20
Dies?
something movies, dude.
Yeah, there's so many movies.
I
Let's
guess
see,
you're
hold
right.
on.
I guess Tomorrow Never Dies. I think you're right.
Which one is Terry Hatcher in? Is it Tomorrow Never Dies?
Yeah, that's whatever Terry Hatcher. I know that she's in there. But I couldn't remember if that was the same thing.
Yeah, I can't remember the same thing.
Because the next one was Pierce Brosnan with the Korean laser, and the Korean guys.
That was GoldenEye.
Turn white.
Yeah, that's GoldenEye. That's right. Yeah, it's Tomorrow Never
No,
Dies.
GoldenEye. That's not GoldenEye.
It's not GoldenEye?
No, that's not GoldenEye, dude.
Tomorrow's not enough?
GoldenEye is with the laser and the lady can crush
The
you.
world's not enough.
Oh, the world's not. That's what we're talking about.
The world's not enough.
That's
Oh
the
my
one you're
gosh.
talking about. The world is not enough. Yeah.
Man, I can't
Michelle
believe
Yeoh.
it. Michelle Yeoh. Oh, the world's not enough is Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow Never. What is it? Tomorrow Never Dies is the one with Madonna. That's how I knew it was wrong. That's her song.
That's right.
She's the one where the Korean people become. Where the guy from the Fast and the Furious is in it.
Yes.
Kenny Tran's in it, man.
I think we watched that, right? Because me and Cody laughed so hard when those
Me and you
Koreans.
too. Yes.
Yeah.
That was. I think that's the first. Yeah, that's the first Bond movie that me and you saw together.
Yes, because the
And then
Asians want to be white.
we've seen everyone since. Yeah, I don't know if it had to be
white.
me and you. I went and saw one with my other friends
Yeah.
too. I can't remember.
I do remember the Pierce Brosnan. We were in the Pierce Brosnan era when we went to theaters.
Yes, when we went to the theaters.
And I think
I grew up. My first James Bonds that I ever saw was Roger Moore.
Roger Moore. I think me too. Yeah, I seen Roger
So for
Moore.
the longest time, I was a bigger Roger Moore fan than Sean Connery.
Well, it's because we know Roger Moore more. Because that's
he
when we
was
saw
on
James
in the
Bond.
80s.
Yeah,
exactly,
saw him in the 80s. I remember
he was James Bond
Roger Moore, and
when
that's
we were
James Bond.
growing up. Yeah,
That's why I know,
that was
like,
the James Bond.
I know Sean Connery and Roger Moore because they were James Bond. And my mother, like, I knew their
Yeah.
Chinese name. The Chinese name is just exactly how you say the English name with just Chinese words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's because that's their name. I mean, we don't make a new name for them.
Yeah, you don't make.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So my name is Shane, with some
Okay,
Chinese
so-
word behind it.
Yeah. Even Arnold
They don't say my
Schwarzenegger.
last name on there.
Yeah, you don't. Like, yeah. Sorry. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't
what's
know how to
this?
spell it first.
Oh, okay.
You know what? For Arnold Schwarzenegger, we only say Schwarzenegger. Like, that's the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we say here in America.
Well,
too.
actually, you don't say Arnold that much, but you say Schwarzenegger. If you say Schwarzenegger, everyone knows exactly who you're talking about.
It depends. If you actually meet him in real life, his name is Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Like, oh, just like, oh my God, it's a Terminator.
Yeah, that's actually an
It's kind
awesome
of
movie
like
to me too.
Billy D. Williams. Oh my God, Lando is here.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's
Because
a
if I see
charming movie.
Daniel Craig, right, I'm gonna call him James Bond.
You know, the sad thing is, if we're to meet them together, it'd be like, oh my God, it's Terminator, and I'd be back in the back. Doo, doo, doo.
Or some weirdos like, it's Turbo Man. For people who doesn't know who Turbo Man is, that's from Jingle All the Way. It's a terrible movie. Do not watch it. Me and my
I,
cousin and
I
Cody
don't
went to
even
see that in
reference it.
movie because it was
Okay,
Arnold. Like
hey,
we went to see it.
yeah,
It's
I'm not that
terrible.
big an I'm glad I'm not that big an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I'm a
I did
huge
go
Arnold
see.
fan.
I did go see the Last Action Hero. The Last Action Hero.
Oh yes, I love that movie.
I only went to see it because Bridget Wilson was.
Oh, Bridget Wilson is here. She played her daughter.
Yeah, I know. And then I was disappointed by the whole movie. It was like, huh, it's kind of Arnold. How bad could it be?
It was really bad.
It was pretty bad.
But then, if
But
you
hey,
think about it, the track record of Arnold Stallone having a bad movie, right? Is
no, you're right. That's why I was
Yeah.
surprised it was bad.
like to me, I think Jingle All the Way takes the fall for the worst Arnold movie. But
Sean Connery never had that problem.
I thought you didn't like the lead of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Actually, it's not as good as it should have been.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to take.
But it's not a bad movie.
No, it probably was a bad movie.
Would you count Indiana Jones 3 bad?
No way, dude. Indiana Jones 3 is like my favorite. I know, like hardcore guys. Oh, we're so hardcore Indiana Jones. I'm like, well, good because 3 is still the best one to me.
I think I like Raiders better.
I don't know. When we get to it, I'll have to decide again because it's been so long since I've seen it. But I watched the crap out of Last Crusade because it had James Bond in it. So and it had Han Solo and James Bond. I mean,
you know, back then I don't think they ever called it that, but now I would.
Here's the funny, but you know the funny thing is, I was actually a big fan. I know a lot of people say they hate Indiana Jones 2, the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Temple of Doom. I love that one.
That movie.
So when they had to go to the underground layer and the guy took his heart out, right?
You know, like there's the funny thing is people said they're really hardcore Indiana Jones fans, but they only like Raiders, and they see all the other ones as superior, crappy. Now, if you don't like Indiana Jones 5, I'm at 4. That's cool because I get that. But the other two, I mean, Temple of Doom was good.
Also, Indiana Jones, the series is not in sequential order, right? Is it?
I'm not sure. I kind of thought it was. I can't
remember. I thought Raiders happened after the last. No, not the last Crusade. What's the one that just Temple of Doom? Which one came out first? Raider of the Lost Ark came out first, right? And then
that was
Temple
the first movie that came out. I was thinking that is actually the first story.
What, Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Temple of Doom. I feel Temple of Doom is the second.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I really feel. Maybe we're wrong. We'd have to check that out when we get to that part, because we're now we're on James Bond's time.
I know it's James Bond signing because we're talking about Han Solo.
And I mean, and his Rolex is clicking. So.
I forgot that Sean Connery died 10 years ago, right?
Oh, he didn't. He didn't die 10 years ago.
Was it 2010? When did Sean Connery pass away?
I don't remember. It's recent.
What did it be my recent? Let me see.
Like maybe 3 years, 4 years?
2020. Oh, that's last year. That's
right. Last year.
Oh, just last year. Yeah.
Well, here's the sad thing. The year 2020, for anybody who was under a rock or in outer space, it seemed like it was like 3 years.
It seems longer than that. Yeah, that's what I feel like right now.
I barely remember 2019. And normally I always remember the last year. It seems because everything stopped in a minute.
It stopped and then like it just daily routine.
We usually judge our years by the movies that come out.
Yeah.
There were no movies. So basically we just lived in a black hole.
There was no movie. Oh, you know what? The last 2020 movie I saw was Sonic. It was because it was in February.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Boom. That was it. We're supposed to get all those movies and we didn't.
Yeah. Even Ghostbusters coming out next month.
So that's probably why it seems like, because we're getting all of last year.
Yeah, everything last year we're making up. Let's
put it this way. We're getting everything last year at the very end of this year. Yeah. So basically the year 2021 is not starting until the year 2022.
Oh goodness. Yes.
And that's why we're getting so much Marvel at once. They're like, man, we had all this crap ready to crank out, and We're just gonna crank it all at once.
Yeah, crank it all at once. Yes.
We're gonna catch it all. You're gonna
Shoot.
get Marvel sick and
Like
Star Wars sick next.
because we've seen the Eternals trailer so much, right? Me and Heather's like, nah, I want to see this in a theater.
You know, the sad thing is, I still don't really care about Eternals. I'm gonna see it, but
I'm gonna see
not
it. Yeah.
pumped up. I'm not. Pumped
Yeah, I'm not
up.
pumped up. I just want to see it now. Yeah, I'm not
It's
pumped up as obvious as
Because I think, that's the thing. Everybody's like, hey, let's go to Spider-Man.
Yes.
Hey, but don't be too eager for Spider-Man. You know why?
Because
That just gives
a huge letdown.
that just makes Sony a little bit stronger.
Okay.
That gives Sony leverage over.
Before I
Disney.
complain about the things I see in Dr. No, okay, I do want to talk about that. So I don't want to spoil it, right? Me and Heather went to see Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
We saw the post-credit scene, right?
Yeah.
I start to like Sony a little bit more.
Okay.
Before you know it, I'll buy a Sony product soon. I mean, maybe by the end of this year.
Yeah,
It depends on what I see in Spider-Man.
Me and you quit talking, you probably go sit over and flip the Sony product and.
Oh, I don't know. I'm very picky because you know what? Before all of this, the way that I would buy a Sony product was the camera.
You're only whatever. You would date the Columbia lady.
Oh, I don't know.
Columbia, I know she's been around for a long time, but she still looks pretty young. Tell her to put that torch down. Come on.
Maybe
over.
if Sandra Bullock start advertising for Sony, then I would buy Sony products. That's it.
You're right.
The way that you control it now is Spider-Man. Whatever happens with this.
What's the sad way? The only way to control us is through star power.
Yeah, just not star power like I guess superhero stuff. Because anybody could play Spider-Man.
Because you just said if Sony.
Oh yeah, I just Sandra Bullock and then Spider-Man.
Sandra Bullock shows up, you'll buy anything.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
She-Hawks.
She advertised for a PlayStation. I'll buy a PlayStation, even though I hate the PlayStation.
She'll come up there with these are Sony popsicles. You know why? Because you suck.
That's a different plane. Okay, let's go back to my complaints about Dr. No. On one of the first scenes I seen, right, he's in the casino, and I like that when he cashed out, right, his stack of money that was like this huge, and he just puts it in his front pocket, right, and then the next scene, he's like flat chested, like there's nothing bulging out, even though the stack was like 4 inches.
Hey, we don't know where he put that money.
I just think
probably thrown it in his car.
It's just a continuation of that scene in his car. He just went from one room to the other.
Oh, I'm sorry. But was his thing all bulged out?
No, it was nothing bulged out. Like you can see
when
they
he put
just
it in,
put
it was exactly. But when he put it in, it wasn't bulged out. So no problem. I mean, come on, this guy's carrying a gun and you can't see it.
Well, it's tucked in under here. But like I'm talking about like the front pocket of those jackets.
Oh, he's probably got it. It's probably got a
put
special
on the side. I'm just saying some kind of bulge, okay?
Exactly. Well, this guy's a spy, so yes. I'm sure it slides down into a special pocket.
The second thing is the car scene is not too exciting, right? I like that he drove under that like what is that, excavator or whatever, and then the other car didn't make it.
Think about this, man. This is 62.
Yeah, 62. I'm using current day logic against.
Yeah,
okay?
You're not gonna get a good car scene for a few more years, man. It's like Bullet. It's like Bullet and
in the 70s, right? 75.
Italian Job. No, the Bullet came out in the 60s, dude.
Oh, the
it's
60s,
68. Okay. Bullet with the Mustang versus the Charger going over the hills.
Oh, I never seen Bullet.
Oh,
but I want to.
You said.
This is like the second 60s movies I see. Oh no, besides The Sound of Music, okay.
Yeah, no, we did it. We're gonna have to get into a little more in the early days, the foundation of the action
film.
movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, I agree.
Well, we're not gonna go to the foundation.
So the other thing,
because let me tell you what, movies with no sound movies, I'm not really into them.
Oh, no sound. Okay, yeah.
Nosferatu is the only one I've ever seen, and I was like, this is too long. I think it's only less than minutes.
Because there's no audio, there's no dialogue.
No audio, so I have to sit there and read the cue cards each time they pop up. I'm like, just do subtitles.
It's just faster. So funny, right? Like, I think it's so funny that like this is what they watched back then. Can you imagine like the first time you're able to hear sound? It must blow your mind, right? Like,
I did blow their mind. Well, let me put it this way: the first time you got to see a movie, they'll probably run out theater. It's bad magic. It's black magic. Oh my God, all magic.
Hold on, let me go through my rants of Dr. No. The other thing is, remember they were hiding in this river? Like they were walking in the river, right? They're all wet. I like how quickly everyone's clothes dry, right? And then Sean Connery's hair, instead of looking like mine, look like, because I wear a hat all day, right? It's all nicely combed. He don't even have a comb.
Let me put it this way. He has a toupee. No, he does. I'm not joking.
Wait, you talking about Sean Connery or the James
Yes,
Bond?
no, I'm talking about Sean Connery actually wore a
Oh,
toupee.
because he was going bald in his
Yeah,
30s
and they
already.
had
Yeah.
one for the water and one for the deal. So that joke might as well go in there.
Oh yes. Oh, I didn't know. That is funny.
Yeah, but hey, toupees are cool. I mean, Shatner wears one.
Oh, he does. I didn't know that. How many
Ted
people?
Danson wears one,
Oh.
and their hair looks awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm thinking about getting one too. If all your heroes, I mean, Harrison Ford wears one.
Harrison Ford does?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just starting a rumor.
Because like he's saying all this stuff like, do they? I have no idea.
I know.
That's the episode 30 rock
Watch
that does
somebody
that.
watch our show and it becomes a big giant internet deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Big
but
giant.
if Harrison Ford's got a problem with it, call me, Steve.
So
Got some things to
the other
discuss
thing
with
is, at the end of the movie, right when Sean Connery, that's a lot. When he just escaped his prison cell to that little tunnel, I like how big the ductwork is, and he could get into that comfortably. And the other thing is like when he knocked that other Chinese guy out, and he took his a biohazard uniform,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like how everybody like, okay, let's go with the stereotype. A lot of Chinese people are short, right? And this guy comes in here suddenly like, whoa, Chang looks different. He's suddenly 6'2".
Yeah. Well, let me point this out. Sean Connery's like, if there was a bunch of white people in there,
Yeah.
you would see Sean Connery because he's like 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2".
So I'm like, this dude is humongous.
Yeah, and like he's taller than everybody in the whole
I mean,
scene.
there was another James Bond movie where they had to cut the roof off a car just so he can get in it.
No.
Yeah, they had to make a special vehicle. Toyo had made a car. There's a car, and Toyo's like, okay, we'll just cut the roof off so this guy can get in and out.
Oh, that's funny. Do you think that's where the people look taller on screen come from? Because like these old actors, like the hero, right? 6'2".
Yeah.
Sean Connery is 6'2". A lot of people are 6'2". And like a lot of action stars we seen to like Ben Stiller is like 5'5". Tom Cruise is like 5'7".
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is short too. He's a short guy, so
And,
like when I watch Venom, right? Like when he's like fighting Woody Harrelson is over 6 feet tall. It makes Tom Hardy looks like a little person.
Yeah, but I mean that's okay. In a way, that actually works to his favor because of Venom.
Yes, because Venom
I mean,
makes him look bigger.
to me, the person, Eddie Brock, is not supposed to be this.
What do you mean? Like a big guy?
Oh, a butch guy. Yeah.
Oh, I thought Eddie Brock was always a butch guy.
Was he?
Yeah,
He
Eddie Brock's
probably
always
is,
a butch guy.
but I'm thinking, why should he be? He's got Venom.
And that's when Cletus Cassidy comes in. Because he's a skinny guan. Like,
Oh, is he supposed to be the skinny?
yeah, it looks
Okay.
like a Steve Buscemi, but even shorter.
Well, you didn't really expect Sony to read a comic book, did you?
No.
No.
No, that's why, no. Yeah. I like just we had to.
But I don't know. I guess we can't really say that. I mean, short has no bearing on strength anyway.
No, it doesn't.
Because man, think of Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's a big guy.
Oh, Tom Hardy's a big guy now.
Would you want to get in a fight with Tom Hardy?
No.
Because he was Bane, dude. He was Bane.
That's the thing. Bane was short, right? And then like they put Christian Bale next to him. Christian Bale's also over 6 foot.
It don't matter if he was tall because he was Bane.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Bane is supposed to be bigger than
Batman.
Batman,
He's bigger than Batman.
But in the movie, I did not once go, the hell, look at Bane smaller than Batman. Because nowhere did I ever see it where nowhere in that movie did I ever see it where he looked like he was smaller.
Just at the end scenes, like when the final battle, just
to
a
me,
little
most
bit.
Of the battle scenes when he's near there, to me, he looked like a monster compared.
Yeah,
to
he looks like a big guy. Yep.
And that was all Tom Hardy right there.
Yep. Yeah, Tom Hardy's a good actor.
So yeah, I'm gonna say height. I don't think height's such a big deal anymore.
No, it's just people think that.
I guess if you're a tall person, maybe I'm a tall guy. I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't. Height never really factors in.
No.
It does look weird though when there's the main action hero and the woman. They're kissing and she's way taller.
Yeah, it's way taller. Yeah.
Maybe that is, but a lot of times they can stand. Most movies they stand on something, so they're even.
Yes, though because you can't tell. It's movie magic.
Well, plus you're making a movie. You don't want somebody lower in the screen, unless
you want it to be perfect.
Unless you're supposed to know that they're about to fight off, and you want this other guy to be the big guy. A lot of times, the big actually has to stand on something.
Oh yes.
To give it that imposing look.
Oh okay.
But close heights and stuff. Maybe an inch, 2 inches. That's not a big deal. Somebody can stand on something.
Yep.
So you can get a good shot. Because I
No.
mean, more because yeah, height when as you see on screen, it's supposed to be character driven. Because if two characters are equals, you're going to have them the same height, even if
Yes.
they're not in real life.
Okay, so the other thing I don't like is the dragon.
Yeah. Oh, the dragon. What's wrong with the dragon?
It's just like the other people, like, oh no, no, not the mechanics of it. It's just people believing the dragon is real.
Yeah, but you got to think that the whole point was to make them more simple thinking.
So
The
James
people,
Bond is
because
smarter
for
one.
example, Honey Rider wasn't educated.
No, she's not. Either
You could
is
tell
the
it.
captain, she's ship captain.
Yeah, yeah, the ship captain. He's from the Cayman Islands. He was just a ship captain.
Yep.
That's the only reason. And like that's the thing. If people wonder why would he so expensive, because the CIA already paid for him, so he couldn't take on jobs. That's why he's expensive.
Ah,
But
I like.
also, they didn't also the movie. That movie has a lot of little deals. But I mean, James Bond gets better. We know it gets.
Yeah, it gets better.
We've already seen it. I mean, there's a lot of little deals. For the first outing, I think this was an excellent movie. I mean, of course, they have learned a lot about guns and stunts and stuff. Because like
Oh,
the
is that what
guns,
the big deal is for carrying the Beretta?
well, okay, in the books he has always carried Berettas, and I think he changes the gun.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is when the movie starts off, he got stabbed. Is what happened. His
Yes.
gun misfired. He got stabbed. Actually, it's in the book before this one.
Oh, they mentioned it, but never
But the
said.
funny
Yeah.
thing is when we finally get to it, it's not going to be seen.
Yep.
So it's actually what they're talking about. That whole scene is in the book.
Oh, okay.
But he carries a Beretta, and he actually drives a Bentley.
Ooh.
Yeah, but we don't ever see. We'll never see the Bentley. I think this Bentley's parked somewhere in one of the movies, but that don't matter. The Beretta, he puts it on the table, and they give him a Walter PPK. Okay,
Yes.
which I'm not dissing. I want a Walter PPK. I've got one, but he never has a Walter PPK in this movie.
No, right? They.
Yeah, the gun. No, they give him. They say they give him a Walter PPK. The gun they hand him is a Walter PP.
Oh.
It's a bigger pistol. And by the way, it's not chambered for 7 point whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was a smaller caliber. And the funny thing is the Beretta he puts on the table. I mean, they keep getting the guns mixed up because there's a scene where okay, you remember when he's at the house and he makes up the pillow man inside
Oh
the
yeah,
bed,
yeah, yeah.
and then the
guy.
scientist comes in and he shoots him. And then he shoots 6 times, and then he tries to shoot Bond.
Oh,
the
Smith and Wesson.
Bond,
yes.
That's not a Smith and Wessons.
Yeah.
That's a Colt 1911.
Yeah, it's just what James Bond called it.
Yeah, he calls it Smith and Wesson.
Yeah.
And Smith and Wesson is a revolver in real life during this time. They eventually make a 1911, and they have 6 shots. But
Yes.
the problem is that's a 1911. It has 7 or more shots in it.
Oh.
And the gun that he was holding,
Yeah,
wasn't even a Walter pistol. It was an S&L.
So they just basically playing that, like, people doesn't know their guns back then, right?
They didn't know their gun. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't know my guns either, but I know there wasn't a Walter PPK in his hand because you could actually see the symbol.
Oh. I didn't.
FN Herschel? Yeah, that's what that pistol.
See, I didn't pay any attention to those guns.
And here's the thing: it annoys me because I like the CIA, and
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Because when they're talking about the PPK, and they go, the CIA swear vial. I was like, CIA doesn't use Walter PPK.
Well,
They never
maybe
have.
at that time, right? I mean, I don't know.
No, they did at that time.
Oh,
They
not
used
even that time.
They use small snub-nosed revolvers without the hammer on the back, so they don't get caught in their coats.
Oh.
Yeah, they use simple little pistols. I mean, and the problem is they're like Bond. They go that gun that they tell them to put their Beretta down because it's like a woman's gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mossad, the Secret Service for Israel, they'll fill you full of 22 shots
Really?
and you will die. I mean, if you're a spy, it doesn't matter the caliber of gun. All you do is because I mean, any gun getting shot enough, you'll do
Yeah,
you.
it's just gonna hurt, okay?
They're gonna kill you. That's the problem. That's the thing. Because like those other guys were shooting. They keep calling those guns something else, but most of the guns in there were Colt 1911s.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Stuff. Oh yeah, they call the gun something else, but I'm like, it's not that. I can see it's a 1911. It's the most well-known gun in the world, and a Beretta's not a bad pistol either. But supposedly that was supposed to have been a really small caliber Beretta.
Oh, so well, because from the '60s, right? I mean, I didn't know what Beretta was like in the '60s.
Yeah, the military used Beretta for the United States military. Even used
Only
Beretta,
know
but,
Berettas because of Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got, but that's a Beretta compared to a 1911, depending on how close you are. It's not going to do a lot of damage.
Right.
It's a good pistol at long range, but it won't do as much damage at short range.
Oh, really?
But it's still a good. I'm
It's
not
still a
knocking
good
it.
gun.
I mean, the United States military wouldn't have used it. A lot of militaries wouldn't have used it if it was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
It's just a smaller round. But again, a 9mm is a funny thing. Is 9mm is still bigger that thing that James Bond
was wearing. Yeah. Or using.
Yes. It's basically how you use it. But it's funny. They're naming these guns, and you can even see it.
Yeah, I thought they made a big deal about it, but then they never really touch on the gun again.
But he does eventually use the Walter PPK.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, eventually he does actually have one. You can see it. I mean, if you know what one looks like. And eventually James Bond gets to a Walter P99 and then goes back to the PPK.
You know, I know earlier we talked about like he's Scottish, right? I wonder like if it was modern day, right? If Sean Connery was playing James Bond in his 30s, the internet would have a field day. Hey man, why are you having a Scottish guy playing a British dude? Like, hey, you know what you mean?
Today?
It sounds the same. Yeah, today.
Today? Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. Sean Connery would never made it.
Especially since Scotland wants its independence from England. Yeah. I mean, that's a thing now. So
yeah,
it's always been that way.
Crazy Scottish.
So yeah, it's weird to have to them. It's weird, but to me, I think they had an Irishman. Yeah, wasn't Bronson Irish?
Is Pierce Bronson Irish?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Irish.
Okay, hold on. Let me confirm.
Yeah, he's Irish because Moore is English. Moore is extremely English.
Roger Moore is English. Okay.
Yeah, Lazenby, I'm pretty sure was English.
Oh, he's Irish.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he is Irish. That was the first time I heard his
Dalton
Irish accent in a Jackie Chan movie.
Oh, really?
He played a bad guy like Jackie Chan called the Foreigner.
Oh, yes, I know. But he was supposed to be an Irish.
Yeah, he was supposed to be an Irish. So it was the first time I heard him speaking Irish.
The Foreigner was good, by the way.
Yeah, the Foreigner was good. I liked it.
The Foreigner's a good one.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of weird that Jackie Chan was supposed to be American Special Forces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's believable, but if you know Jackie Chan's true stance in the real world, wanting to be a communist, I'm like,
oh, I know. The Communist Party, yes.
What kind of dumb crap is that?
He's old.
Yeah, he is old.
Oh, you're right. So everyone has been British except for was it Connery and Boston?
As far as I know.
So everyone has been British.
Because I'm pretty sure Timothy Dalton was British.
So it's kind of like my thing with Captain America, right? If it's not American playing Captain America, I'm leaving this country.
It would be kind of odd, but where are you going to go? Because I'd have to go with you.
I'm almost telling you that when they still didn't know who cast for Captain America, even though they already made like Iron Man movies.
It would be odd, but I mean, and the thing is, Americans, we're actually pretty forgiving, unlike British people. Well, British people are not. It's like
it's taking their authenticity.
When they did Harry Potter, when they did Harry Potter's, they wouldn't let anybody other than British.
That's right. It's all British cast.
Because remember, what was it?
I do remember.
Robin Williams wanted the row, and they wouldn't let him because he wasn't British.
He wasn't British.
What kind of crap is that?
So did they make a big deal about Sherlock Holmes?
And people crap at Americans for being all national.
Yeah.
British are more national. Because even when they made this movie, Dr. No, they wanted a British director only.
Wow.
So it's like, what a bunch of buttholes. Who makes the best movies in the world? America.
Yeah.
So
and Hong Kong in the 80s and 90s, and then that's really it.
That was American influence.
Yeah.
It wasn't British influence. It was America.
Wow. You know, I didn't think about that. I forgot about the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah, what kind of crap is that?
It's all British cast.
I mean, come on. We let Batman be British, and he's a very American character.
2 times now.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson is British, right?
Yes. If he's not American.
You're right. We are when I say we, right? Americans are very forgiving. I mean, I wouldn't care.
We have to be because look at that. We let Doctor Strange be British.
Oh, Doctor Strange is a British.
So
did they have time?
One of the biggest American superheroes is Spider-Man,
and he's British.
So,
did they have a problem when Robert Downey Jr. played Sherlock Holmes?
I don't know, and I don't really give a crap because that was the best Sherlock ever.
Because I thought it was funny. Jude Law is British, right? But he didn't get to play Sherlock Holmes. He played Watson.
But he was good. He did a good job too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But I love that. I'm still waiting for the 3rd Sherlock movies from Robert Downey Jr. Instead, he made a talking animals movie.
Oh, Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But He needs a. I'm waiting for no. I mean, I thought he got. I mean, if you're gonna come out of retirement from, if you're gonna be an Iron Man, you better be Sherlock Holmes. That's all I gotta say. So RDJ, well, if you're listening, call your boy up, your English man. Tell him, hey, yo,
It's
I don't
by
know what
Guy.
crappy.
It's by
It's
Guy
Guy
Pearce,
Ritchie.
right? No, Time
Yeah,
Ritchie. Yeah, Guy Ritchie.
yeah, Guy
Yes,
Ritchie. And I'm like, what is Guy Ritchie doing?
he's making those
Nothing.
lame. What was the thing? Last thing he
What
made?
is he? He's not making the John Wick movies, so he might as well
No,
just go ahead and make the next Sherlock movie.
Guy Ritchie. What was he? What
He's
was he
not doing
making?
nothing. He's not doing nothing. He's pretending he's got something going on.
Hold on. I remember he
And,
did
Joe,
something
and
else
Jude
like.
Law and Jude Law's
Oh,
not
he did
busy either.
Aladdin. Aladdin is what I remember.
So
And the man from UNCLE.
what is the man from what?
From you like Uncle, but they put the U like
Why
it's
did
like
you just say the man from Uncle?
because I didn't want to pronounce it Uncle.
But it is Uncle, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Uncle.
The man from Uncle. Did he? He made the man from Uncle, right?
Yeah, the man
That was a
from
long
Uncle.
time ago.
That's 2015.
He didn't even. That's what I'm saying. He's not doing anything. He made the Man from Uncle was a good movie too. By the way, did you not see it?
I have not seen it.
Oh
I
my
have not
God,
seen it. It
man! I
has
wish I
Superman
could.
in it.
You're lucky the screen between the two of us.
It's like, I can say the same thing about you and Die Hard, man.
We're gonna see Die Hard, dude.
Yes, we are.
Hey, matter of fact, Die Hard was on today. The one with Justin Long in it.
Oh, yes, I like
Matter
that
of
one.
fact, that's the only Die Hard that I've actually seen. I went and saw it with you.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
Man, that was so good, especially like when he goes, "Hey, do you like Boba Fett?" He's like, "I'm more of a fan of Star Wars." Oh, that was so awesome.
That was so funny. And I think
So,
he said that on purpose.
yeah. Well, no, he wasn't. He was. I think he was where he didn't know because remember he was hanging out in Kevin Smith's basement.
Yeah, Kevin Space was like control center. This is the basement.
Yeah, this is a basement. I like it because he had that cardboard cutout of Boba Fett. He goes, "Oh, so you a fan?" No, I was always more into Star Trek. I know Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
I was always more into Star Wars. I think that Boba Fett's Star Wars.
So this movie didn't do it for me, Doctor No, because I'm watching
Oh,
it
it didn't?
later. No, I don't
Still, I'm
know.
still good with it. I mean, I know it's not all the James Bonds, but I thought it was good. I mean,
It was my first time seeing Doctor No.
yeah, okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not the greatest one, but I still enjoy it. But
Yeah, it's not the
again, like I
greatest one.
said, I mean, a bad James Bond movie is gonna be okay to me
Yeah, you know what? I
because I'm not
also
so
watched it.
judgmental of it.
I didn't buy this movie, right? It was like $15. I didn't want to buy it on Prime. So they showed it free on this Pluto app. So it's kind of like
Okay.
watching this movie on TV because they had a whole bunch of commercials. And they make it like a 2-hour movie, even longer.
Wow.
Maybe that must have to do because like I didn't like it when a commercial came
Yeah,
out.
that because the James Bond movie is kind of long,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
kind of
because
long.
but it's also the way movies were made then. They show you a lot more. Movies nowadays are pretty fast paced.
That's
And to
for
them,
sure.
when they did the action scenes in this, they really felt at that time the way they cut them, they were doing a fast paced movie then.
Oh, back then?
Yeah, back then that was a fast paced movie.
I feel like
That was a lot of action. It's funny, it's laughable when you watch it because this one is not even the most laughable. There's some other action scenes in the next one. James Bond for the first two and almost into Goldfinger, the action scenes are like you see the car chase, where you're sitting in a car and you're seeing a picture
Yes.
behind them because they can't afford it. Like there's a boat chase like that and all this stuff, and you kind of like, but eventually they actually start doing stunts. They eventually make the money. They know they're gonna make the money, and they start doing real stunts.
Oh, better quality.
And then
stuff.
all of Hollywood actually benefits from this because all the other Hollywood movies are starting to do stunts
Yes.
and stuff.
Oh.
Take a little more risk. I mean, they've always done stunts, but this one, and I mean, who knows? Maybe we can find there maybe be a 1962 action American movie that has better stunts. I don't know it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know anything like that. I mean,
probably
but
not
I know
at that
that
time.
But I know they did a lot of stunts. I mean, because even they had like this movie called Hell's Angels with airplanes and stuff.
Oh
Real
yeah,
stunts in the air. Yeah, I mean they've had other movies like in the 30s and stuff. They did crazy stunts in America all the time.
Wow.
But I mean, this was a British movie.
Yes.
Shot in Jamaica, and it was kind of a European company. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. So
I mean, like it just didn't hold up for me.
yeah,
I think I was watching it at this
fine.
age.
It's fine. It's fine to me. I can still watch it.
Oh,
I thought it was
okay.
actually a pretty good one. because there's not a lot to. I mean, the action's pretty straightforward. The story's pretty straightforward. The story's not really nuts. Because I mean,
No, it's not nuts.
the
It carried
the
on
whole
really
point
well.
the whole point of this movie was
He's trying to find out who
they're in
killed
Jamaica.
Strange.
Yeah, in Jamaica, there's some kind of radio waves in Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Yes.
They're working on. They shoot rocket. They say missiles the movie, but you got to think the United States missile program and space program are pretty much the same program.
Yes.
If you could shoot something in space, you can also use nuclear weapons really easily, or
Oh.
vice versa. If you have nuclear weapons that you want to shoot long range, you're going to end up with a space program.
Huh.
I mean, everybody knows this. This is why every nation that develops nuclear weapons has a space program.
Huh.
Think about it. While it's the United States, it was Russia.
Yes.
They both have nuclear weapons to reach each other. Both had a space program. Eventually, China got nuclear weapons. They have a space program. And then India got nuclear weapons. They automatically put stuff in space too.
Oh, because it's probably the math is very similar.
It's if you can shoot something there, you can do the missile deal. The same thing with Pakistan. And now Korea has shot a satellite to space. They have a viable missile system. The funny thing is, nobody's been pointed out is Israel can shoot stuff to space too. So,
It's just
what do they have?
What
do they have?
Matter of time, man.
They got something.
I just like also. I don't know what to complain. The fight scene, I guess a fight scene, right? Between Dr. No and James Bond was kind of short.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, but there wasn't much of a fight scene.
No, there wasn't.
He ran up because he was breaking his toy, and he just kind of ran up there and hit him, and he falls off the.
And it falls at that little square, yeah.
Like Dr. No's going to put up a good fight.
Yeah, there's no way. Dr. No can't put up a good
fight. Basically, if anybody wants to complain, they can't, because James Bond beat up a cripple, okay? He did, all right? Honestly,
yeah, I would say Dr. No is a cripple.
Because the guy had
he talked about his hand, yeah.
They were crippled. I mean, he could only do so much things with his two claws.
Yes, the two claws, yes.
He's mainly
he's like penguin hands, you know?
Yeah. Which, hey, what did you think of Lair, though?
Oh, the lair was cool, actually.
The Lair is awesome.
It's
the villain's lairs in all the early movies are always good. They're so cool.
Because it's underground, right? And like the rooms are nice. It's very modern for that time. I like it a lot. The layers was cool. Yeah, the bad guy's lair is very cool.
Because you come in, it looks kind of like a cave, and he's got that fish tank. Which the funny thing about that fish tank is they almost forgot to put an image for the fish tank.
What do you mean?
You notice the fish are real big?
Yes.
They weren't supposed to be.
What?
They filmed it in the tank, and they're going to put an image in there, and they realized they didn't have a fish image, so they had to go get a fish image. And when they got it, it was huge. They were goldfish. Those are goldfish.
Yeah, and so they talked about it.
So they made the line. They go, oh, well, the glass is really thick, and it magnifies what's in the tank. And I like it. James Bond says, of course, he makes it smart. I like it. He goes,
yeah.
Oh, so it makes minnows into whales.
Yes. Yeah, he makes a smart ass comment.
Yeah, he makes that comment. Of course, he makes a lot of good comments. The best one in there that stands out to me is the chase scene with the hearse. The bad guy's got a hearse, which is cool in a way. They kill people, put them in the hearse, but they're chasing him in his little sunbeam, and he goes under the deal, and they fly off the deal.
Yeah, that's why they fly out and they blew up.
And I like it. They blow up. And of course, the guy runs over there. How did it happen? He goes, oh, I think they're on their way to a funeral.
That was so cheesy.
Oh, I love that line. That was
and then you know what's really funny? Like they just left. They don't call the cops. Like they just go each their separate way. Like,
apparently, they must have called the cops. And the way you know they called the cops is because when James Bond's hanging out at that lady's house, he walked up to her house with no car.
Yeah, the Chinese.
And of course,
lady.
When he calls the taxi company,
the
police come pick her up.
Oh, I thought he was calling the taxi company as a code word.
As a code word, but the problem is they knew what they were supposed to do, so he must have talked about it ahead of time.
Oh, okay. I thought when he called cab, right? So that way he could car.
Well, I'm sure he called their office, but how would they have known who to arrest?
Oh, I don't know.
So that's.
I thought
it was already discussed.
To answer the question, it's just like whoever James Bond call, right? They're gonna arrest whoever that person is. Anyway.
Yeah. No, well, I'm thinking it was more than that.
I mean, I thought that was pretty smart.
But I'm sure it was a code word. Yeah, because several times he calls the government house and does.
Yes.
Because when he starts off, Jack Lord thinks he's the bad guy because he goes.
Yes, he got in the car. Yeah.
But you notice that it's cool because that lady's taking pictures. He picks his hat up and walks out the picture.
Yes. Oh,
But the
yeah,
funny
we
thing,
forgot to talk about that lady.
yeah, that lady. Remember, because did you get the part where when they catch her at the bar
At the bar,
trying to
yeah.
take pictures, and they put her on the seat, and she supposedly was supposed to break the flash bulb and scratch that guy,
Yes.
which is cool because if you know anything about special effects, basically all she did was wipe red paint on the guy's
Yeah,
face,
on the guy's face.
and then he
Yes.
wipes that off like it's blood.
Yep. Oh man.
But I mean, this is 1962, so
Maybe they should remake this. It would be
I don't know.
cooler.
They never
I don't
gone
know.
backwards on any James Bond movie, so
I thought. Wait, didn't they remake something?
they never remade one.
No, they didn't. Right?
There was another Casino Royale, but it was a spoof of James Bond.
Oh,
It comes
okay.
out a little bit later, and I think it was aired on NBC or something.
Oh, so it's after.
Yeah, it was more of a spoof. Yeah, it wasn't really in the James Bond world. It was making fun of James Bond, and they used a lot of characters.
Oh, okay. Huh. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like the movie. I'm not gonna say it's not the greatest movie.
It's not the greatest movie.
And
I mean,
it's not
a
even
bad
it's
movie.
not even the best. It's not even the best Sean Connery movie.
It's not the best Sean Connery, not just James Bond.
No, because it's just gonna get from here. This is where they began. Got a good beginning, and they'll start off. They built the foundation.
Oh, because that's where they had to start.
They
off.
set
Okay.
up. Yeah, they basically set up the way
That makes
that
sense.
the
Because you said they had to
screen-
make the low budget. That's
Yeah,
why they didn't go
basically.
anywhere. Except they
Yeah,
stayed in
because they didn't
Jamaica.
think this was going to work anyways. This movie made a whole bunch of money. They're like, "Oh, we're going to go with it real quick again," and they just kept on going, and it's never stopped.
No, and it was good in the spy thriller. Like I'm trying to figure out like who is Dr. No. I have to see this guy now. You know.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
they kept that
Okay.
such a good secret.
That's the thing. That's the sad thing because I think when they did the trailer for the movie way back in the day, they showed you Doctor No.
Oh, okay.
And well, I don't remember if they showed you Doctor No or not. I think they did show you Doctor No, and they also showed you that professor was a bad guy,
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
which they shouldn't. They shouldn't. But today's standards, we don't give that crap away.
No, because
But
like
again-
if you
but
show that in
again,
the trailer, right? Like the bad guy dies, like oh, then someone else is
Yeah.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, but they showed it in a way. I guess people didn't question stuff like we do now.
No, yeah.
Of course, nobody's gonna sit there in a James Bond trailer and go, "Oh no," because they're too busy going, "Oh, the Sound of Music's coming out. Let's go see that." I mean, come on, they're still doing musicals in this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't name another 60s movie I seen.
I mean,
Oh, wait.
come on, because
Gone with the Wind. No, that's older.
but you got to think a lot of old movies, some don't age well because
Yeah.
what shock value too, has changed
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, shock value could change.
I mean, you keep hearing people complain about James Bond doing this or he needs to change about this, but I'm like, why? I mean, he has changed a little bit, but you can't change it too much or you don't have that character.
Right. License to
I
Kill.
mean, if you change it too much, then he's Jason Bourne.
Yeah,
Why do you want another Jason Bourne? We already got one. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
exactly. I do agree with you if they're like, these characters want to like don't change James Bond. Just create a whole new deal.
I mean, yeah,
okay?
you could change the world's. The only thing that's got to change is the world he lives in.
Yes.
If that changes, that usually going to dictate how the character.
Or maybe what's that word I always forget? Like size something. A spinoff.
Yeah, they're thinking about doing spin-offs, but spin-offs sometimes water down stuff and
Yeah,
crap.
they do.
and hurt it.
Because they also have to think about like the world that they are in, like, oh, now this stuff gotta connect and crap.
Yeah, and
It's
like,
better to start at something new. It's
Yeah, I
not
don't
like,
know.
oh, American James Bond, like you have Jason Bourne, right? You have Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Mission. I forgot. There's tons of those.
Yeah.
and that's basically another spy movie
Yeah.
influenced by James
Oh,
Bond.
and what is that one created by J.J. Abrams? Alias. That's about female spy.
Oh, Alias was pretty good, and plus, you know what was actually, James Bond, the biggest copy of James Bond was for
What?
the TVs.
What?
Man from Uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a spy show. Avengers too.
Oh,
For
Avengers
the British
also.
Avengers was
But
a spy
it's
show.
British, yeah.
But American show was Man from Uncle.
The
It
Man
had
from Uncle.
it had two characters, and one was supposed to have been Russian, and they're trying to, and one's American, one's a Russian, and they work together. It's actually a pretty good TV series. I like it.
The Man from Uncle. So that's why I
But
need
the
to see that
movie was really good, and we didn't get a sequel because nobody went and saw it. I was like, it's Guy Ritchie. You should already know about Guy Ritchie being
Guy
on it. It's
Ritchie's
already good.
good, yeah.
And then the funny thing is, the actor that's American plays a Russian, and the actor that's British, was a Superman, by the way,
Yes.
plays an American, and he does an excellent job.
Huh.
Heavy Henry Cavalier is an excellent actor.
Yeah, he's an excellent actor.
I don't know why he's not in more stuff.
Because he's a huge nerd.
Maybe so, but like I said, pulled off that character. Excellent. He did an
Oh.
excellent job as Superman.
I don't think I ever heard him speak in his native tongue, like in native tongue as in British, you know,
I don't know that I have either one in the interviews,
in interviews, but I never watched any of them.
but if he wants to be an American, we'll give him citizenship because he can do it pretty good.
Citizenship, just that's the requirement. If you
Yeah,
can
if you
play an
could-
American, that's it.
Yeah, that you're one of us.
Kind of like that guy from The Walking Dead. He's British too.
Who's
Andrew
this?
Lincoln, the main lead, Rick, because he's from
Oh.
Atlanta, like it's in Atlanta, Georgia, right? But he's British also. So at the place we previously worked, right, at the law firm,
Yeah.
like we have we have an attorney that was in Georgia because we were foreclosing homes in Georgia, right? And they love The Walking Dead because it's based in their city, right?
Yeah,
ATL, Georgia. And when they first met
Atlanta.
Andrew Lincoln, they didn't know he was British. They went just like the attorney, right? They went to meet Andrew Lincoln, her and her assistant.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
legal aid, like they met him when he started speaking. Like I knew Andrew Lincoln from my wife's favorite movie. Shoot, now I can't remember what it is now. What's it called? It's a Christmas movie.
Well, you do know your anniversary is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's
Hold
that's one thing you got to know.
I can't believe I forget this stupid movie.
Get them
Now I have
out
to
of
say it.
asking questions. Hey, what's your wife's favorite color? What's your wife's favorite movie?
purple.
I don't know. Don't know.
Film. Hold on. Love Actually. Good thing I
Oh,
remembered
okay.
before I looked it up.
I never
That's-
seen it, but hey, it's cool. Doesn't it have Rachel McAdams in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
It has Liam Neeson, Alan Rickman, Emma Thompson. There's a lot. Colin Firth. It has a lot of famous actors in it actually. Love Actually, but it's a Christmas love, like a romance movie.
Oh, okay.
It's It's not a. Yeah, it's a rom-com.
I don't think it's one. I don't think it's one we're ever going to talk on.
No,
around
you won't,
here.
cause it's okay. In my opinion, it's okay. She loves.
If it had some blood, some violence, maybe a Bond in it.
Yeah. Keira
All right.
Knightley is in it. Like a lot of famous people you recognize
Okay.
is in it.
All right, we can move on. From
Yeah.
That's,
But Doctor No.
but so basically, so he started speaking English, and they're like, "What?" You know, the sad thing is, if you went up to an actor, you always thought he's American. He starts speaking an English accent.
Oh,
he does
yeah.
it for a while. And you go, "Okay, you can knock that off." Okay, it sounds because it doesn't really sound that real.
Just speak to me how you were talking the show. Can you do that,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, you don't have to do that English accent because your English accent it sounds like it needs some work. But I'm English. No.
Oh, my knockers. This accent. Well, I guess when time comes, right, I do need to watch another like Sean Connery,
Oh, eventually,
James Bond movie. Yes,
eventually we'll hit them all. I mean, we're just
Yeah.
doing this one because hey,
because
James Bond comes out this week.
yep, No
We're
Time to
and
Die.
it seems to be doing franchises is our thing.
Yes,
And plus, we're fanboys, and I'm a fanboy of this.
of
movie.
James Bond. Yes, I'm not a huge fanboy, but like I still
Not
like
yet.
the gadget stuff.
Not yet.
Well, I like the gadgets and everything. They don't have any
Oh, who
gadgets in
doesn't
this
like-
one.
No, because they haven't got into
They
that.
haven't gotten into it.
Plus, they don't have the money yet.
They don't have the money. It's just basically go to Jamaica.
Basically,
and then
this was a simple run. This was kind of a test run.
it's like a murder mystery that there's a bigger subplot to it.
Yeah. This is just the test run to James Bond.
Mm,
Because I mean, actually, there wasn't even any humor in this. Eventually, the humor, the puns and stuff, are the hallmark of what James Bond is. I mean, come on, they're going to a funeral. That is,
Yeah, that's very funny. Funny though on the way to a film. That was very funny. I do remember that.
and they made some other ones, but they're not as good as that one in this movie.
Yeah, the Hearst touch was very funny with the going on.
Oh, the Three Blind Mice, which I like too.
Oh, that's right. In the beginning, the three blind mice.
Because in a way, you got to think those guys worked really hard at being blind.
Yep.
You know, because if they were just to drive up and get out and then act blind, somebody put us on. But if you walk there, people all over Jamaica are like, yeah, I've seen those guys. Those guys are blind, so
Yeah.
nobody ever talks.
Yeah,
to
no,
them.
it's like pay attention.
So they're
to 'em.
carrying, so they can carry assassinations all they want.
Yeah, that was really
because
good actually.
There, you see them anywhere you see them, they're beggars.
Yes, I know.
So
So it's kind of like mirror what James Bond is in a way.
yeah,
Like no one ever paid him any attention. Oh, this is a
yeah.
rich gambler.
Well, that's what a spy is supposed to do.
Yep.
You never pay
Blends
attention.
in.
To them. Yeah, they're like magicians.
Yes.
They live a lie.
All right, then we're really good on this one on James Bond. We're good on time too, like an hour and 30 minutes. We did a good job, even for the first Bond movie.
For the first Bond movie.
So I'm going to end this right here.
It's not only the first Bond movie we've done; it's the first Bond movie ever made.
It's first Bond, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so hopefully we'll touch more in the future, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.